That was embarrassing. Don't even watch this game. The Raptors lose to the Hornets 114 to 104, and let me tell you, this score did not define what this game was. The Raptors didn't even play any of their best players in the fourth quarter because this game was over in 3 quarters. Let me just tell you that. And the Hornets broke NBA records in this game, franchise Toronto opponent records in this game, and this team just couldn't score, couldn't play defense, just couldn't do anything tonight. The Hornets dropped 44 points in the first quarter. 11 of those 44 points came from, 33 of those 44 points came from threes. 11 threes is an NBA record for the first quarter, and man, they were just raining it on the Raptors, but the Raptors were not helping themselves. They were giving them wide open looks. The Hornets' ball movement was excellent, and it was great to watch as they just dissected the Raptors, and the penetration was there. They got the ball down deep into the paint, and they kicked it out to shooters. Devontae Graham off the bench. LaMelo Ball, I think, had like 5 threes, a spin 3. He was hitting everything tonight. And then you had Terry Rozier hitting threes. You had Gordon Hayward hitting threes. It was just getting rained on by the Raptors the entire quarter. And they went down big. Move on to the second quarter. The Raptors are still getting pummeled, but they come back from the 25-point deficit, cut it to 15 points. But in the third quarter, they got pummeled again, and then it was over after that. Like, this team just didn't have anything in it to win it this one. Without their 3 starters, VanVleet, OG, and Siakam still out, the Raptors could not generate enough offense to keep their defense reliable. And it was just a chuck after chuck. I think that, the staff was like, Norman Powell, Kyle Lowry, if you guys see a shot, take it. Because the rest of these guys aren't taking anywhere decent shots. And even if they're open, they can't make these shots. And that was the kind of game it was. And Lowry was taking some tough shots, but he was your best player tonight, trying to will this team to the win. And you can't do it by yourself. And when Norman Powell has an off game like he had tonight, you're not going to win many games, especially with this roster. I don't think you'll win any game, to be honest. You can't beat the shittiest team in the NBA playing like this. And they got absolutely smoked by the Hornets, who are a competitor for the Raptors to make it into the playoffs. This is a big-time game. The Raptors are 10th now in the Eastern Conference. I think the Hornets are now 7th. This was a great game for the Raptors to move up in the seeding and gain some momentum and some standing on their opponents. But you know what? It's a screw-up. And Nick Nurse and his staff were like, screw this game. Let's bench these guys, and you know what? Hopefully try winning tonight against the Chicago Bulls. Like, you know what? It's just a back-to-back game. The Raptors are like, you know, we'll give up on this one and move on to the next one. But this team, the performance was pathetic. Aaron Baines barely could play in this game. They started playing Henry Ellison. The Raptors just signed on a 10-day contract. I'm like, this kid was good when he was in college, and I really wanted the Raptors to maybe take a look at him during the draft. But man, this guy can't hit an open 3 to save his life. He hits a 3 in the fourth quarter in garbage minutes, but the 3s that the Raptors really needed to make the game, you know, somewhat decent, he just missed some wide open ones. And he came to the game, drew a charge, good job for him, but didn't really make an impact on the glass or on the offensive end. Really an unproductive night for him. Hopefully he bounces back in the next one. Can't rule him out just after one game, but need better from your center position. Chris Boucher, for all he does, had a terrible game in this one. A lot of garbage points that you see on the board, but he didn't have a strong game either. Man, this game was just tough to watch. No energy. Couldn't get any rebounds. And they tried playing zone, and they still, you know, couldn't stop the penetration. This doesn't make any sense. There's way too much miscommunication. Guys are getting wide open. The fast break, the Hornets were killing them. Like, out on the breaks, Kyle Lowry was frustrated, like, just, like, bouncing the ball hard, like, just frustrated, yelling at these guys, because you gotta get back on defense, you gotta move the basketball, you gotta make plays. And you know what, I thought this was a game where maybe Terrence Davis shines, but he was making some boneheaded plays as well. Matt Thomas hit a deep 3, but he can't really defend. There's so many flaws with this team, and without those 3 guys, VanVleet, Siakam, and OG, it's very hard to hide the Raptors' offensive struggles, and you've seen it tonight. The Hornets almost had 30 turnovers in this game, but the Raptors really didn't make any, impact with those. The Hornets, like, they threw their fourth quarter, like, super bench lineup, and those guys just turned the ball over, like, couldn't score at all. I think the score was like 109 for the Hornets with like 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. They scored like 5 points to end the game. Just atrocious by their bench guys. But the Raptors, they won the fourth quarter. They cut it down by 15 points with their bench guys, but it doesn't make any difference because this game was just embarrassing to watch. Definitely not a game I'll tell you guys to watch for any sort of reason. I didn't see any good coming out of this game. Lowry played hard, but this is the type of game where it makes you think that this team might want to trade Lowry and, save his last year, because this team doesn't look like he's going to make an impact in the playoffs if they're playing like this. But without those three guys, it's very hard to tell, and I don't know when they'll be back, but, hopefully against the Bulls, that'll be huge. Since they're another team, the Raptors are fighting to get into a playoff spot. But, yeah, that's what the game was. Guys, let me know what you guys think of tonight's game. Like, share, and subscribe to the Raptors RapUp. This is just a frustrating game. Just drained all my energy just watching this team play tonight. But until the next game, guys. Hopefully we win. Peace.